So why do I call this place Seven Menus?
Really like this place, Ruth.
I thought you would.
There's only one menu.
Jack introduced me.
To think of it as a sort of higher order coffee shop, a transcendental diner.
Well, it's the first menu I've ever seen that says substitutions welcomed.
Shouldn't we ask for the other six?
The other six what?
The other six menus.
Paul,
Huh.
What happened?
I knew that we were going to say that.
what happened, Paul?
I knew you two were going to say that.
Well, we always know exactly what we're going to say.
That's the great part.
It is?
Well, part of the great part.
Well, the other part we'll say for later.
Cool it, lovebirds.
I don't get it.
Are you still searching for the lost menu?
Yeah. Why seven menus if there's only one menu?
Maybe it's a translation.
Whatever happened to truth in advertising?
Maybe seven menus is Chinese for happiness or something.
This isn't even Chinese. I can't.
Well, that's what they'll say about you someday, you know?
About me?
We'll advertise you.
I am indeed.
Well, they'll say, whatever happened to Ruth in advertising?
Ouch, ouch.
Sorry.
Who owns this place?
Greeks.
Of course. Greeks own all restaurants everywhere.
After inventing tragedy, all that was left was Greek services.
This is all going too fast for me.
Well, who wants what? Let's order.
Will you look at that menu?
Cajun kielbasa, char siu with bean sprouts.
And Billie Holiday on the jukebox.
Joyo de la Tasse.
You got me.
Joy of the chase?
Crown of the chase. Wild fowl stuffed with venison.
Uh,
I don't know. Doesn't everybody know that?
I didn't know that.
You must have had it with some other guy, Jack.
I guess so.
Well, I want a salad.
Pastrami on rye for me.
I want just this one digit.
Finger food, huh?
You know what I've got a taste for? French toast.
For supper?
Actually, it's the syrup. What I really want is some sugar.
Well, it's a change anyway.
There's no French toast on the menu.
So order another menu.
Where are the other menus?
You know that all the time we were dating, no matter what time of day it was, all Paul would ever order was meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and peas? Every date we ever went out on, morning, noon, or night.
Or maybe pancakes.
So Paul used to be a real meatloaf and potatoes kind of guy.
Now all he wants is sugar.
It's a sad change.
I saw it coming.
Anyway, he'd mix in the peas with the mashed potatoes, then swirl in the gravy and sort of beat the meatloaf into submission, and then he'd stir the whole mess around on his plate till it was practically soup. And then he'd use a tablespoon to eat this goo.
Does his therapist know about this?
I can't believe you married a guy who used to do things like that, Hazel.
Sick, baby.
What about waffles? Do you think they have waffles at a place like this?
They have everything at this place.
Everything but what I want.
So when do you guys leave for the Cape?
Saturday morning, 10 sharp.
Well, that sure raised you out of your usual lethargy.
You guys should come up and test the undertow.
Ruth, I saw Scott when I was up in Providence.
Oh yeah? How was that?
Should I leave?
Don't be ridiculous.
Did you talk to him?
Are you kidding? I gave him hell.
No.
Not really.
I think I will leave. Okay.
Oh, calm down, Tristan.
I said that Ruth had hooked up with this terrific guy named Jack, and that she was very happy,
This is excruciating.
and that he, i.e. Scott, was past, imperfect.
Did you say a terrific but penniless guy named Jill.
No, I just said terrific.
It's all right, darling. I'll pay your check.
I don't know why you should find this excruciating.
Because I could be him someday. People sitting around and calling me a jerk, and me without the girl.
He was a jerk.
Well, just reminds you a little of the transience of love.
Love? Transient?
Well, you know what I studied in college, don't you?
I'm afraid to ask.
Romance languages.
Oof.
That's pretty funny.
So what did he say when you talked to him?
Nothing. Just looked at me. You know.
I can just see it.
I think I'm gonna leave now.
Well, calm down. We're all adults here.
We are?
Yeah. Believe it or not, kids, this is adult life.
Everybody else has 3 bank accounts and a house in the country.
I don't have a house in the country.
But you will have a house in the country.
Money isn't everything, you know.
It isn't?
No, it's not.
Thank God.
Does anybody else want waffles?
True love. Isn't it wonderful?
But how's the deal going? Barry, how's the deal going?
It's going great.
Really?
We close on the end of this week.
Terrific.
Did you get the price you wanted?
Better than we wanted.
Sure must be wonderful being with someone who deals in zillions all day.
Parts of zillions, anyway.
Part of a zillion goes a long way.
Hanging out with someone in high finance for a while, Hazel. That'll teach you how little you know about the world.
So, how come they call this place 7 menus? There's only one menu here.
It's part of the place's mystique.
Hegel wrestled with that question for years.
So did Kierkegaard.
Hegel? What?
Hasn't Ruth brought you in here before, Barry?
No, but I've heard so much about the place, I feel like a regular.
We've been coming here with Ruth for a long time.
Well, I'm sure hungry.
I'm starving.
Well, who's going to have what?
I want something with some sugar.
I feel like having something different.
So, what's good on this menu?
The other 6 menus.
So, what do I do with this menu?
Order another menu.
What?
Order another menu when the waiter comes. I went through this once myself, Barry.
It's an ancient routine.
Do you know we had a guy come in this past week with a suitcase full of money?
Into your office?
Yeah, just walked into the office with a suitcase full of dough. 50s and 100s just laying there loose. He marches in, opens the case, and just shows it to the receptionist.
Did she offer marriage?
No, she called me out there.
Did you offer marriage?
No, listen to this. It's incredible.
So he shows me all this money. There must have been $60,000 in this briefcase.
I thought it was a suitcase.
No, it was a leather briefcase.
I thought you said suitcase.
There's a lot of difference between a suitcase and a briefcase full of money.
Several years in prison, I think.
Anyway, he wanted us to just do something with all this money. He comes in off the street and just asked us to do something with all this money. He didn't even know what.
So what did you do?
Are you kidding? I kicked his ass back out on the street.
Seems a peculiar thing to do to a person with a briefcase full of money.
Who knows where he could have gotten all that dough? It could have been drugs or embezzlement. Who knows?
I figure somebody walks in with a suitcase or even a briefcase full of happiness. Just grab it and run.
No such luck, Hazel. Money is never just money.
But isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
That settles it.
What?
Hot fudge sundae.
I'm glad you're still concentrating on the essentials.
I guess it's that time, huh? I think I'll try the meatloaf.
Uh-oh. Meatloaf alert.
It's so funny. What's everyone laughing about?
Nothing. Just don't stir the meatloaf in with the vegetables.
Why not?
Look what happened to us.
Private joke there.
Paul used to use meatloaf as a sort of mating dance before he and Hazel got married.
Oh,
So there's your warning, hon.
maybe I better go for breast of chicken and play it safe.
Well, I'm going to try the Welsh rarebit.
Hot fudge for me.
I think I'm gonna go the whole hog and do the turkey dinner.
Actually, speaking of such things,
Turkeys?
mating dances.
What? Wake up, Paul.
What's going on?
I think something's on the way.
Ruth and I are going to get married.
Hooray!
Hey, that's terrific, you guys.
Oh, Ruth.
Congratulations. That's really terrific.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, I've seen this coming for minutes. Months.
When's the date?
We don't know yet.
I say sooner the better.
That's so it doesn't interfere with all these deals.
Oh, hell, it's just a marriage. Run downtown and Shanghai the first JP you can find.
My mother is hysterical.
Of course. Well, I say here's to it. Raise your water glasses, everybody.
My glass is dirty.
Raise it anyway. To marriage and all the rest of it.
To marry.
Marriage.
Anyway, I was thinking after the wedding, Don and I could do a week at the Cape. Then a week just driving around, then maybe a couple weeks in Florida with her parents, and maybe get in some scuba diving.
You've really shaken Paul out of his usual lethargy, Don. He's a totally new man.
I guess I'm just an activity-oriented person by nature.
He used to be practically comatose till you came along. Paul, what happened, huh? What happened?
But you know what that lethargy was?
What was that?
It was all that sugar. That's why Paul has always been so low energy. It was a sugar OD.
Now I'm off sugar. I'm a dynamo.
You sure look trim.
Do I look trim?
You know you could scuba dive, Paul.
Huh?
I said I didn't know you could scuba dive.
Oh, Don's gonna teach me.
I love scuba diving. I've been doing it since I was about 10.
So you're still using the house on the Cape?
What, me?
Yeah, I thought.
No, Hazel and I split it up. Half a month each.
That's a fair arrangement.
Yeah, it works out okay.
It's very equitable.
It's the least you could do, you know.
I beg your pardon?
Hazel. I mean, she and Paul bought the house together, 50-50, and you don't want them just to sell it, right?
Hmm.
Anyway, you two, you guys should come up for a weekend. Seriously.
There's an idea.
Yeah. Come up and test the water.
Get a change of air.
Or you two could come up to our place.
Do you have a house too?
They've got a real country house.
Up in the mountains.
Oh, I love the mountains.
Southern Vermont.
I love Vermont.
Do you like to ski?
She loves to ski.
I do love to ski.
Hey,
What? Something wrong?
What's the matter?
nothing.
Must have been something I ate. Not enough sugar or something.
Maybe if you put that goddamn book down.
You know what I'm gonna have?
You don't have to tell me.
Meatloaf and potatoes and gravy.
I knew it.
With peas.
I knew it. Every time we go out, night or day, it's always meatloaf and mashed potatoes and peas.
And then he mashes it all together on his plate, mixes in the peas with the potatoes, and stirs it all around.
How did you know?
Only my intuition. But maybe you'll get a quarter of the house on the Cape someday.
What's she talking about?
Just a private joke.
A quarter of the house?
What do you do for a living, Dawn?
Oh, I'm a food therapist.
A food therapist?
So I treat things like obesity and anorexia and, things like that.
Sounds fascinating.
I think it's a terrific way of finding out what makes people tick.
Or burp, I suppose.
You should hear some of her stories. Like, this guy was so fat, he had to have his bed reinforced just so he didn't disappear right through the floor.
That was due to a gland condition, though.
The guy couldn't have ended up in China.
There was nothing the man could do since it was all glandular.
Incredible.
Are we going to order?
And then there's bulimia.
Can we save the bulimia for after dessert?
Sure.
Well, who wants what?
I haven't had enough time to study this menu.
Meatloaf for me.
They have pheasant here?
They have everything here.
Here's something. Single women live longer than married women.
Wow.
Really?
So single women live longer than married women?
I think I just said that. But listen to this.
Oh, come on.
Come on, what?
You ought to be able to see through that.
See through what?
You're in advertising. You know how to juggle figures. You can crunch a bunch of numbers any way you want.
Well, what else does it say?
Single women are overwhelmingly happier than married women.
I didn't know that.
Happy according to who?
Happy according to themselves.
Here's a woman hauling down a huge salary who can't see through a bunch of crooked figures.
Are we going to order? Because if not, I've got things to do.
Just hold your horses, okay? Hold your horses. We'll order.
I was sitting on the bus the other day reading this book of stories, and I was laughing out loud.
That book you read to me from?
Yeah, and I was laughing really hard. And there was this guy sitting next to me, kind of an older guy, and he says, "What you reading?" And I said, "Stories."
He's probably trying to pick you up.
But listen to this. He says, "Looks like those stories are pretty funny." And I said, "Some of them are funny." And then he says, "Have you got any heart-trending ones in there?"
Huh.
Isn't that funny?
Have you got any heart-trending ones in there?
I thought it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
How's business with you, Barry?
Oh, nothing ever changes. Once in a while, you want something different.
We sure don't do this all the time,
You want to try something new.
In fact, we've never done it in all our lives.
New faces, new bodies, new sensations.
I've never even read those swinger magazines.
Makes for a little sauce. You know what I mean?
I mean, isn't it a little strange advertising yourself for sex?
Does your friend want to sit and join the party, or?
You two don't have any serious social diseases, do you?
Social
Social.
What social diseases? Oh, no. I've never had a single thing like that.
I had the clap a couple times in college, but who didn't?
You have a very large penis.
Excuse me?
You're a penis. I have to watch out for my friend here.
But here we are, talking about penises, and we don't even know your name.
I'm Simon.
No, he's not.
I'm Charlie.
No, he's not.
I am the catch of the day.
I'm Phyllis, and he's Fluff.
Fluff?
Yeah, 3 Fs.
Kind of an interesting name.
Anglo-Saxon.
Is he part of our, liaison?
He's along for the ride.
So, are you guys gonna eat, or shall we retire for some fun?
You're gonna have to do a lot better than that. 7 menus, huh?
Yeah, you noticed the name? It's part of the place's mystique. Hegel once wrote a book about why they call this place Seven Menus.
There's no mystery about the name.
I beg pardon?
You get a different menu depending on when you come in here.
But I've been in here all hours of the day and it's always the same menu.
Sure, but you are different.
Huh?
You're not the same person at supper that you were at breakfast. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, afternoon snack, cocktails, supper, and midnight munch. Those are the 7 ages of man.
Didn't your ad say you were in advertising?
Yeah, I run an ad agency.
That must be great.
It has its moments. How's the pasticcio?
It's good. It's good. I never tried it, but everything's good here.
I just kind of wish I went into advertising when I had the chance.
Do we need to talk about advertising? Let's talk about your place or ours.
Barry's ex used to be in advertising.
Really?
Gosh, she was a terrible person.
Yeah, well,
I always liked her, actually.
Barry's ex?
Yeah, I thought she was terrific.
Did you know her?
Warm, funny, vulnerable, lemon-flavored, static-free. I still miss the bitch, to tell you the truth.
What are you? I mean, what do you do for a living?
I don't do anything. I live off of Phyllis.
But he
Nice
also knows the true meaning of tenderness.
I'm in the middle of a career change myself.
He got fired.
I used to be in high finance, but lately I've been thinking I might go into food services.
Food services?
Yeah.
Anyway, how did you...
Food services is a very, very interesting field.
But how did you get to run a whole agency?
Dawn here's in food therapy. I was thinking she and I could team up. I could cater the food and she could provide the therapy after.
Brilliant.
Just stay away from high finance. That's my advice.
Oh, Barry.
You get into some weird deals and you are gone, buddy.
Are we gonna order now?
You know, one time a guy came into our office with a couple $100,000 in his suitcase.
Oh, come on, Bear.
What? Come on.
Not that story.
What story?
He tells this story all the time about the guy who brought in some money in a briefcase.
A suitcase.
Okay, a suitcase.
So what happened?
Nothing happened. It's nothing important.
No, really. What happened?
Nothing happened. We kicked the guy out. End of story.
But that's not the end of the story, because I marched in there and I put my hand on his desk and I said, advertising is about making choices.
10 points.
Was I not a food therapist? Did I not design diets for people? And what are diets all about?
Making the right choices.
So who's the best person for this account?
You are.
And he gave it to me right there on the spot. $1 million account.
And she lived happily ever after.
Oh, you should have never left the agency, Phil.
Oh, no.
Think about what you could be doing now.
I'm very happy as a housewife. Thank you.
Nobody's happy as a housewife.
I have found my counter-revolutionary niche. Roasting meat on a spit for a man who always comes home.
I thought I had found my niche, and God was I wrong. You know, I ran into one of my old patients in the street the other day, and I couldn't even remember his name. God, I was so embarrassed. Sometimes I wonder how I could possibly spend 8 and 10 hours a day with those people.
I ran into an old boyfriend last week, and I couldn't remember his name.
You're kidding. A client, I can believe, but a boyfriend?
Well, life is long, men short, in all too many cases. But not all men. Talk about you, Jack.
Oh, sorry.
What she was saying was she had found her perfect niche with you.
Itch, scratch it. Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
Just Jack being funny.
But what about your big deal?
Or what?
The deal out west. Did you close on it?
Oh. Yeah, we closed on it.
So now you can pay off the house in the vineyard and you'll be set for life.
I guess.
Are you okay?
Jack,
Huh?
what happened? You know?
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Just something stupid Barry picked up from his ex.
You sure you okay? Do you have to go or
Let's order something.
you sure?
Yeah, let's chow down or chow up or in some direction.
You don't have a headache, do you?
No. No.
Anybody know what Joya de la Chasse is? I always forget to ask.
The joy of the chase?
Crown of the chase. Wildfowl stuffed with venison.
How'd you know that?
I don't know. Doesn't everybody know that?
I didn't know that.
I guess he must have had it with some other woman, Phil.
I guess so.
That is a great wife you got there, you know.
I
Don't you ever lose her, mister.
wasn't planning on it.
That girl is solid gold.
Should I leave?
Oh, sit down. We're all adults here.
We are.
I saw Jack today.
Oh yeah? How's he?
Maybe you should give him a call.
I think I'm past Jack. Thank you. Past Jack, past Bob, past Fred, past Igor, past Manuel.
But are you past Zoom bombers? That one over there is kind of cute.
I'm also past picking up strangers on the internet. Thank you.
Maybe we could order up a little meatloaf.
Do you ever quit?
Nope.
I seriously don't know what I'd do without you. Hey there, Zoom Bomber.